Yo, what is up, y'all? It's been a minute. I know I haven't been uploading. I've been lazy. I've been lazy. No excuses. But we're back at it. We'll be reacting to this smart schoolboy. I saw it on TikTok. Some creepy dude pretending to be a school. I don't even know, to be honest. I just saw some like random images, but I just found this video. Let's check it out. Let me see if my recordings up. Yeah. Okay.
Creepy accounts pretending to be kids. I came across a reel randomly, and it's led me down this weird rabbit hole of people using AI or dressing up pretending to go to school. They all seem to have high heels, check images in them. Is this an age play thing or something more sinister? Literally anything helps as I keep trying to look for answers. This post was made to the subreddit r/Instagram by the user numerouscut792 on April 15th, 2024. It featured screenshots of 3 bizarre-looking Instagram pages they had encountered earlier that day, with OP expressing concern that something truly disturbing was happening with these users. And those in the thread agreed. What the actual fuck? Found all of them and blocked them all. Truthsticks11 is seriously creepy to me. I've been trying to find more about them but can hardly find anything. Very weird account to say the least. The 3 accounts apparently belong to 3 different children. However, when combing through their posts, the content seems to imply something much more
What the
bizarre
heck?
was afoot. Something truly disturbing. This post would be the start of a story that would eventually be picked up and shared all across the online world, becoming one of the more notorious internet mysteries in recent memory, as these accounts revealed an unending rabbit hole that is still being traversed to this very day, in an ongoing investigation into one of the most depraved.
Oh, this is the video I saw. It's like this one big fat dude with like white paint all over his face and doing that weird tongue thing. Like he sticks out his tongue and it goes like bleh, bleh, like so weird. I don't even know what my man is
Oddities
on.
ever found on Instagram. This is the emerging
This man is
story
on
of
crack.
Smartschoolboy9.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Damn, it's
So,
creepy as.
I hope you like these photos. School is good. Really good.
We'll return after these messages.
Before we get too far down this rabbit hole, I want to first thank today's sponsor, AG1. AG1 is a daily foundational nutrition supplement.
Ew,
Beautiful
no cap though. Nutrition is important. So like, make sure y'all get your vitamin D, vitamin C, whatever, bro.
boy, an account looked after by me, a degree-educated mother choosing to stay anonymous. This was the bio of the first account pictured
Beautiful
in the Reddit
boy.
post, and
Me, good original written work,
an account named
advice,
Truthsticks11, which was said to be operated by a 12-year-old boy and his mother. Back in October of 2021, the duo would make their very first post, kicking things off on a somewhat concerning note, though not for their own page, but instead another account on the platform.
So, that's the account run.
Bro, what is this voice? Bro, you know what this voice reminds me of? Y'all ever seen like Amazing World Gumball? And like they're making the basically Gumball got rejected the reject club because he was trying to find a club, but every club wasn't accepted him. And then the reject club like got upset and they got the revenge and they made like a video of Gumball with like the bracelet, the egg with bracelets and glasses. And he was just talking like this. Just the voice reminds me of that.
By a man
I'm terrible
pretending
explaining things.
to be a boy.
The video was created and posted by the mother for the sole purpose of warning others of a specific user who had been posing as a child online when in actuality he was a grown man who did this in order to get close to and exploit other children
What
across
the
the
heck?
platform.
He's a
It's the grim
pedo.
reality of this online world, as predators will do just about
It's a
anything to
PDF
get
file.
closer to children, and it's a reality often unrealized or even ignored by parents, which makes it almost refreshing that this mother was out here trying to raise
No,
awareness.
no, the internet is scary, bro. Like legit. You gotta make sure, yo, like when I have a kid, I'm not letting them have a phone till they're like 14 or 15 or 13. Like once they get to the age where they actually understand that there's creepers out there, that's when
This
I'll
post would become the
let them
crux of
have
the
the
account early
phone and
on.
stuff.
They would call out this user and their many accounts again and again, eventually going more in depth about what this person would actually do, claiming that they had a strange perversion to dressing up as a young schoolboy. Does he wish he were a
What?
young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. This theme of calling out online predators would remain consistent throughout the years on Truth Sticks 11. However, after some time, the mother behind the account began to use the page for its initially intended purpose, to share photos of her son. The photos began reasonably normal, and would show this young boy studying at school, accepting awards from their principal.
Bro, what is this cut? Like, I'm sorry, but like that's like the first thing I noticed is this cut. That bowl cut is so. Ugh.
And even normal.
Like,
And would
look.
show this young boy studying at school, accepting awards from their principal, and even school presentations in which their son had attended, with the captions often boasting about how intelligent the young boy was. Though over time, the photos began to grow stranger.
Oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nope. Nope.
They looked off, almost as if they were AI generated. And on top of this,
They
they
are.
began to appear heavily edited in an almost inexplicable manner, with deep red
Why-
lipstick often
Why did they? I just noticed the lips just be the biggest part of the whole.
being added, which was enunciated by his face being turned pure white. This unsettling trend would continue from here, as with each passing post, the photos grew less authentic and more surreal.
This is like a video game. Bro, AI is crazy.
Until they became straight up disturbed.
They're
Even
just disturbing
sickening.
images.
These bizarre edits spilled over past just the images
bowl
too,
cut
as
is
the posts
crazy,
began to
though.
appear as disjointed collages, often showcasing multiple grotesque images and paragraphs about how much this user loved school. And this wasn't the only shift either. At some point, the son behind the account began posting content that allegedly came directly from him, saying things like, "My really cool mom asked me if I'd like to post, and I said, yes please." He even shared supposed videos that he had filmed of himself, which were equally as unconvincing as his photos, and somehow even more chilling.
Oh, he's about to play the video? Boy, Buddy just added like cartoon sound effects behind his creepy posts. Wait, what does it say? Here's me at school nodding that I had homework ready for the teacher to read, and if he may even get teaching idea, blah blah blah. I'm not trying to
The boy even shows off his singing in one of the clips.
What is he saying?
Though their voice sounds off. The account was overall anomalous and extremely off-putting. And though this content was visually alarming, another aspect made it even more
How does
so
this blow up?
concerning,
He only had like 12 followers. How does this
as
blow
over
up?
time, many of the images began to resemble CP, showcasing these fake AI children
Whoa. Okay, now this motherfucker's just doing too much, bro. Like, what? How is this even allowed on
Many
Instagram?
of the images began to resemble CP, showcasing these fake AI children
Bro,
in
that's so
explicit
disgusting.
positions, with their
Oh,
faces
that's so disgusting, bro. And I just realized the more advanced AI gets, if we don't have relegations, like rules and relegations towards these AIs, bro, there's gonna be freaking the creepers, bro. Like the motherfucking creeps are gonna get their hands on this technology and they're gonna start. I don't even want to, bro. AI is gonna
sometimes even being photoshopped onto
AI is gonna go crazy in the future, like both in a positive light and a negative light, bro. Because like it really depends on who has their hands on it. Like if like I know for a fact if it's more open towards if it's like an open source for everyone, there's definitely gonna be like weirdos out there that are gonna ruin it for everyone and are gonna do weird shit like this.
scantily dressed adult bodies. One thing is blatantly obvious about the Truth Sticks account. The supposed child behind it is
It's not a
not
child.
real. Even in the more passable photos at the very beginning,
That
there's
doesn't even
evidence
look
to
real.
suggest that these were likely AI as well. And based on the disturbed, borderline illegal content that this page featured, it seemed more than likely that whoever was behind this page was not an innocent mother concerned for the welfare of
It was a
other
fucking
children,
pedophile.
but instead, a predatory individual themselves.
Freaking weirdo.
And this wasn't their only account. The second page featured on the Reddit post belonged to a user named GirlChloe12 and bore striking similarities to Truth Sticks. The page was also supposedly run by a child and monitored by their parent. Bizarrely, they also posted frequently about the dangers of online predators, with the wording of these posts and the editing being essentially the exact same as Truth Sticks, just not as over the top. These two accounts even frequently interacted with each other, thus providing a substantial link on its own. But by far the most compelling link between these pages is one that is easy to miss at a glance, with that being a blatant obsession with high-heeled mini boots. These shoes were mentioned or shown in virtually every single post made by these two users. At playtime, I'm sometimes running around with my really cool heeled footwear I wear with my uniform. After coming home from school, education isn't over for the day once the blue blazer, gray jersey, neat tie,
Dude, what is
white
this motherfucker
shirt,
trying to
tailored
do?
close-fit gray trousers.
Like legit, what is this dude like? That's how you know he's a no life. He has nothing going on. He doesn't even have a job. Like, are you that bored that you just decided to do creepy stuff like this?
And black heeled mini boots are in the wardrobe. No matter what they discussed, school uniforms and mini boots were always a talking point, which adds confirmation to something that is already becoming
That is just
apparent.
weird.
This is fetish content, not
That
too unlike
is
the bizarre accounts in the
disgusting.
Pipergate rabbit hole. Fetish content centered around children.
That
And
is.
what makes the Chloe account so disturbing
How does
is
this
that
even
AI
last
was
long on
seemingly
Instagram?
not used, and rather the images seem to be of actual children. Despite this disturbing distinction, these two accounts are cut from the same cloth, and all signs point to them being created by the same person. A person who, despite their constant warnings of the dangers of adults pretending to be children online, seems to be doing the exact same thing, as part of some sort of fetish, the extent of which will
People are so sick, bro. They're so sick.
discuss
How do you
later.
even have
But for now,
fetishes over
one thing
this?
was for certain. These pages were not run by children or their parents. So, who created them? Well, that brings us to our third and final account shown in that initial post.
Schoolboy.
Smartschoolboy9 was much the same as the other two accounts. They warned of online predators, obsessed over high-heeled mini boots and school uniforms, and posed as a child despite clearly not being one. But Smart Schoolboy was different in one key aspect. The person behind the account was pretending to be a child, but they were doing so in a much more apparent manner, as they didn't use AI or stolen images of other kids to form their identity, and instead, they used photos of themselves.
This motherfucker's fat as shit. God damn.
In the images posted on the account, we see what appears to be a fully grown man, dressed in a schoolboy's uniform.
Ew.
His face is painted pure white
Bro,
and had
and the thing is worse is the video. Like, I legit saw that video of this man doing that tongue thing. Bro, that shit was disgusting.
bright red lipstick. And he's, of course, wearing high-heeled mini boots. Characteristics that were all utilized across the other accounts. Only this time, it was done on himself, as he poses as a child, pretending to go to school, as well as pretending to go through other life events common for preteens. And the photos aren't even the most disturbing part, as the account consists primarily of videos.
Oh.
Bro, like the. I don't even. I'm not gonna say anything.
School. Hey, let me know if you like school as well.
This man looks like a
The
dumbass.
videos are all incredibly off-putting. Some show him arriving home from school.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. School.
Others show him claiming to be on the bus heading towards school.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm on the school bus.
And other videos showing him doing whatever this is.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's the thing I saw. I don't know. I don't want to hear that shit.
With these strange sounds and the process of sticking his tongue out appearing to be part of his fetish.
I can't
As
take
much
this
like the
man
other
serious.
accounts, his content is overtly sexual, in its own bizarre way.
I'm not trying to hear that.
1, 2.
He even got the boots on.
In fact, there's a video of him with his full outfit on, where he shows himself staring into a mirror as he appears to pleasure himself, right out of view of the camera, as he stares into
This man needs to be locked up. Yo, keep this man away from children's. Anybody, lock this man up, bro. Let them prisoners deal with him, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. This man got a punchable ass face.
To his own eyes. This account is by far the most sickening part of this whole rabbit hole.
Bro, this man's pleasuring himself and looking at you in the camera, bro.
And also the most important. Interspersed throughout his page are a few examples of what this individual's voice sounds like.
This is quite good.
Which just so happens to be the same voice heard in the very first clip shown on the Truth Sticks account.
A man pretending to be a boy.
Meaning that this full-grown adult man is the one behind this
man's
entire
like
rabbit hole.
50
He's the one
doing
on
this.
these accounts pretending to be a child and their mother, getting some sort of sick satisfaction from whatever this is. And the worst part is, these activities aren't just kept behind closed doors. As we can see on numerous occasions, videos of him walking around outside in a public space, with his full outfit and face paint on.
Oh, that's me.
It's truly one of the strangest things that I've ever seen, and making sense of what this all is extremely difficult. But based on the information found from this first Reddit post, a few likely conclusions can be put forward. This man is clearly attracted to the idea of being a kid, and I think OP was correct when they speculated that this was some sort of age play thing, but it's also clearly much more than that too, as based on the images that he's created himself, he clearly has some sort of attraction to other children as well, as he's quite literally created
This man. What is this? Like, why?
faux CP, the likes of which is so disturbing that I can't even really describe it here either. He's creating fetish content, and he's using the likeness of children, and also some children that are clearly very real people, to do so. That much is obvious. But there was also the possibility that he was pretending to be a kid in order to exploit other children across the internet. At this point though, this was merely speculation, with much of the Smartschoolboy9 case remaining a mystery, and the rabbit hole was only getting deeper from here.
It's a community.
Months after this rabbit hole was introduced to the online world, the story began to be shared all across the internet, most notably on the r/internet mysteries subreddit, where the case really took off. There, internet sleuths began uncovering just how vast this web of accounts actually was, as it wasn't just these 3 pages. No, there seemed to be over a dozen, and likely even more that we still haven't found, as he's created his own sort of community, his own little world, where across each page he pretends to be a child, with these accounts typically following each other and frequently interacting, seemingly to make these characters appear as though they have real friends. On one of these pages, 12 Stockwell Joanne, he poses as a 14-year-old girl, using more AI images to depict explicit positions of this manufactured child, which I
That's what I'm saying. AI, bro. You gotta have rules and regulations, bro. Because people like this are out in the world.
obviously am not going to show here. Though much like his Chloe account, he also shows images of very real young girls. But this isn't the most concerning part of this account, as on numerous occasions he's shown images of children at a playground, which he may have taken himself. This fantasy of being a schoolgirl and taking part in these school-centric activities is something carried over
Yo,
throughout
are the
multiple of his
police
accounts,
after this
with his
man,
most
or
common
what?
alias being Stephanie, of which he has numerous different accounts featuring that same name.
Yeah, I'm 7.
This Stephanie character claims to be a 12-year-old aspiring poet, with accounts all across the internet, many of which showcasing examples of her poetry, which carries on those same distinct sexual undertones. I race to complete my poems when I've got an early start. Heart racing, mixed rhythms, maximizing miracles, rice with rap, and on the map. My Kennington, London syllables. Dancing though I know my underwear might show if I lean forward. Good. Stephanie Stansfield, 12.
Bro, and the ages too be like ranges between like 10 and 13.
But digging even deeper, her poetry has even seemingly been featured in various articles and even newspapers, showcasing that this rabbit hole extends far past just the online world. This act is clearly their obsession, and he's been doing this for years, with the earliest examples that I could find coming from all the way back in 2018. And this Stephanie character seems to be his go-to alias, embodying it in even
And just
the
now
literal
is
sense.
everyone's uncovering this rabbit hole. Bro, this
As in one of his many pages
What is
dedicated to
wrong?
this Stephanie character, he dresses as her, wearing a wig and a dress, as he pretends to
Bro.
be a 12-year-old girl. Almost immediately after this case began gaining traction, the true magnitude of this rabbit hole was revealed. Across every single account are countless depraved posts and oddities that all could warrant discussion. But by far the most important discoveries were those that didn't actually occur on his own page, and rather the pages of other actual children. Do you like school? I do. It is good.
Oh, he's interacting with actual
You have some
kids.
cool shirts, but I have to wear school uniforms to school. It is nice, but casual isn't allowed, and it's quite hot here in the UK, as the month of June suddenly got warmer. These are two examples out of many that show Smartschoolboy9 reaching out and attempting to befriend young children online.
Bro, and this is in the UK? Yo, UK! Y'all really be letting this motherfucker roam the street freely like this?
In one comment, he even warns a child about other comments from bad people, stating that it happens to most boys in our age group, but stay safe, stay cool, don't be dismayed by creeps.
Bro, you're a creeper.
This is our best evidence that these accounts weren't just made for age play. No, he's actually posing as a child in order to make friends with other children. And given his overtly sexual interests and aversion to CP, it's not hard to gather why he was doing this. And these examples are only what we found so far. It's possible that there are dozens, or who knows, maybe even hundreds of other comments out there, hidden on unknown children's accounts. This is predatory behavior. The man behind Schoolboy9 is a predator. And in case there was still any doubt of whether or not this was a sexual thing, here's what he had to say about being a 13-year-old girl.
What the heck?
But have his tactics actually worked?
The
Well, the
heck?
frightening thing is, no one knows if he's actually been successful or not, or even what specifically he's looking for. We just know that he's trying to reach kids, as evidenced not only by his comments, but by the fact that he's solely following children on all of these pages. And though it's easy to look at these accounts and know that something is off, for children, it's not that simple, especially when there's pages showcasing photos of actual kids. Which brings up another frightening detail. Many of the images he's used of children have not been traced back to their original creator, and some seem to appear for the very first time online publicly on this man's pages, which might mean that he was sent them privately. There's even one image that David posted on his schoolboy account, which shows another kid that he claimed to be on a playdate with, though it's impossible to say if this is real or not. For now, we just don't know for sure.
I hope that's
Though given the
sick.
fact that he's reaching out to children,
Because this man should not be anywhere near a kid. This man should be locked out, locked up in the hole, bro. Like, legit. This, bro, this man, he has definitely have mental issues, bro. This man definitely has a
posting
disease
fetish
in his
content
brain.
centered around children, and has even potentially photographed kids in the wild, one thing is for certain: Smartschoolboy9 needs to be stopped. Finding this man and reporting him to law enforcement quickly became the top priority for those investigating the case, and luckily he left several glaring clues behind that made this process a whole lot easier.
Oh, he got caught?
On numerous occasions across his many pages, he would post images and videos of specific locations, even showing streets and mentioning very particular areas in his poems, all of which centered around the London area, immediately giving us an idea of where he was located. And that wasn't all. I mentioned how the alias of Stephanie was one that he used more so than any other, but what's interesting is a name that he never seemed to call any of his characters. Instead, he simply referred to this person as a stepbrother, or a father, or even a friend from school, despite never actually picturing him, just mentioning his name. David. And sure enough, after connecting a few dots, it would be revealed that this person's actual name was in fact David. David Alter, with the man being 59 years old.
59? Bro, you're 59 and you're dressing up like this, and you're like, first of all, it's already bad that you're a pedo, but you dressing up like this and just acting like this, bro, like you're 59, bro.
At the moment, it doesn't appear that David has
Like,
any
what
past
value do
criminal
you
convictions
have?
or documented history of this behavior.
You have
But we do know that
nothing.
thanks to the investigation done on Reddit and Discord, he is currently being investigated by local authorities, which will hopefully put
Oh,
an
that's
end to
good.
his online behavior and shine some more light on who this person actually is. As for the time being, the only other information that we really know about David is that he likes to write poetry and he makes music.
I think I hear a running
No,
tree.
I'm trying to hear
He hasn't
I just wanna
silently
hear the
slithered away
response.
like most other predators would. Instead, he's actually responded on more than a few occasions, lashing out to those who have DM'd him,
Oh,
calling
let's
them
look
the
at
first
the
word.
DMs.
Instead, he's actually responded
You're a grown man, maybe looking for. You're literally so. What? Count.
on more than a few occasions.
You tosser. You
Lashing out
tosser.
to those who have DM'd him, calling them the perverts and predators. He even left a comment on his Joanne account seemingly directed at himself, writing, "You are really sad. And if that's your name, David, be honest with yourself. You're 50, as you said elsewhere. You reply to me, a girl, as if I'm your buddy? No chance ever." This is something David does all the time. It's projection, and it started all the way back at the beginning of this rabbit hole.
So, That's the account run
Bro, this
by...
like
Continued posting
voice,
these
bro, is
predator
so
exposés,
annoying.
along with other warnings about predators on the internet across every page he made, each of which being hyper-specific to his own predatory ways and fetishes. The things he accuses others of are blatant projections of his own dark vices. And I can think of 2 reasons why. Number 1, that this makes his account look safer to other parents and children. It gives the appearance that he's not another internet creep.
Yo, if you're a parent or a kid and you're looking at this and thinking his account's safe, you're just brain dead. I'm gonna be
Because
honest.
he's actively calling them out. It's a way to build trust in order to befriend and exploit kids. And number 2, he knows what he's doing is wrong. And this is his bizarre way of self-reporting, probably to make himself feel better about what he's doing. And it's obvious based on just how accurate these claims against others are to him. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. And these claims are made over and over again, as each time he calls someone out, he's further exposing himself, which becomes more concerning when you realize that these projections seemingly aren't strictly pedophilic. Within those eerily familiar expose posts he made on Truthsticks11, he mentions how this user not only wanted to exploit children online, but they wanted to kill them as well. As he mentions that this user has a clear interest in cannibalizing kids, and even performing ritualistic sacrifices on them. And based on how accurate all of the other exposures are to himself, I have no reason to believe that this isn't part of his MO as well, as crazy as that may sound. This also seems to coincide with some of the content he's posted that I can't show you, as some of these photos show children edited in contorted positions, including some where he's added what appears to be rope to give the illusion that they're tied up. And what makes this even more disturbing is that on his account he's posted numerous photos in the vicinity of schools, on nearby secluded trails, and even some where he discusses what time school starts and ends, saying that he likes to be awake and ready for it. There's even photos that show other children outside from a distance, almost as if David was stalking them. This is highly concerning. Even if we don't know truly how low this man's perversions get, he is still far too close to children, which is perfectly encapsulated by this photo of him on a school playground during the day. And with his disturbing desires, I don't even want to imagine what he's capable of. Which brings us to the final piece of content that I need to talk about. Chasing another boy running in heeled mini boots. This was the text shown on screen during a short video posted onto one of David's many accounts. And in the video, we see the man pointing the camera at himself, showing his full face of white makeup and red lipstick. This video is edited more egregiously than any others I've seen across his page, with multiple explicit images and
okay, what is he using to edit these? Like, what is this software?
Huge emojis covering the majority of the screen, though just barely enough of the footage can be seen that shows David as he turns the camera around, revealing a young boy.
What the
Who
heck?
then proceeds to chase after, giggling all the while. Whether this was an edited video or a real occurrence, we don't currently know. David's doings are a mystery that will take some time to unravel, and my hope is that law enforcement will be able to follow through and help shed some more light on this individual, and finally put an end to his twisted behavior. But at this point, only one thing is for sure. The story of Smartschoolboy9 is far from over.
Damn. Oh, that's just... I don't even know, bro. I felt so disturbed watching that whole video. Damn, well, I don't even know what to say anymore after watching that, but I'll catch you all later. I'm back to posting. I hope this guy gets caught. He's definitely gonna get caught for sure. He's making it easier for law enforcement, but yeah. Catch you all later. I'll put the original video in the description if y'all want to